So I finally had some free time tonight, and instead of watching newer anime, which I haven't been doing, I went back and watched some old classic Naruto episodes. And I'm talking about, part one, not Shippuden part one, not the fillers. But some of the fillers in Naruto I actually like. What can I say? But it made me think, and of course I watched a lot of the Naruto and Hinata pretty much interactions because that's pretty much almost, I don't know if that's my favorite couple of all time in anime. Not sure. But I went back and I checked it out, and I just had this idea that popped in my head. And I have talked about Boruto and how it's coming back in the manga and what they should do to make it a little bit more interesting and to not go the same route as Naruto as they kind of have with the designs they have. But and I've talked about Boruto himself and Sarada and where Naruto might be in Hinata and Sasuke and Sakura and all that's good and fine and dandy. I think I talked a little bit about Himawari, but let's talk Himawari. Let's talk Himawari and let's talk Hanabi. Now, I feel like Hanabi just didn't get her due in the Naruto series. I felt like this is Hinata's sister, who's supposed to surpass her, so to speak. That's what their father thinks at this point. And we saw her a little bit in the film. She gets captured. She gets her eyes taken in the last Naruto, the movie. But I feel like she could be a big part of this series, of Boruto, the series, because think about it. This is mostly going to be about Boruto, and this is going to be mostly about his journey, but part of his journey is also his family, because we know about Naruto, and I'm not saying focus on Naruto. I'm saying we're focusing on Boruto, but you got to include the family elements to it, and you got to remember he's not only Uzumaki, he's also Hyuga. And the most interesting thing about Naruto, the series, is of course the Uchihas, the clans, the jutsus and all that. But also, for me, what was interesting was the Hyuga ways and how they presented themselves and how the curse mark, Neji's whole story. So, and then how Naruto was going to change the whole outcome, and whether Hinata, a lot of people who loved Naruhina were questioning, like, so what happens? Does Hinata become the head? I mean, Neji's gone, so what's going on here? So, and we still don't know the full confirmation of whether she's taking over the clan. I'm assuming so, but if anybody would take over the clan, it would probably be Hanabi, because I think Hanabi had more talent than Hinata, but like we've seen in the Naruto series, it's not all about talent, unless you're Kishimoto's writing. So I just think that the interesting thing about Boruto in the series is that it is going to include his family, and it's definitely going to include Himawari. Himawari needs to be included in this, definitely be one of the major characters along with Boruto, Sarada. I'm not saying the major one, but like a Shikamaru, like not an Ino wasn't really there half the time, but like a Shikamaru, like a Neji, not like a Hinata. I mean, we want to see her growth as long as Boruto, because they are siblings, and that is his little sister. And just seeing a lot of the little things that they've already introduced, it seems like Boruto has a real soft spot for his sister, and of course he's going to want to protect his sister no matter what. So we want, as much as I love the Naruhina moments, and as much as I welcome it, I'm more focused on this new series about Himawari and Boruto. But we got to talk Himawari, and we got to talk Hanabi. Now, when I bring in Hanabi, what I'm meaning is, how badass would it be for Hanabi to actually train Himawari? I know it should be Hinata, if you think about it, but I mean, maybe Hanabi has become surpassed Hinata. Who knows? I just think it would just introduce an element to the story that a fresh face, because we haven't seen her as much in the Naruto series. It just would introduce a character we haven't seen a lot of in this series and really give her a shine. And it's already a great concept, a great look of Hanabi. It's already a great background where she's come from. We know her background, but we don't really know too much about Hanabi. And the special episode they have with Hanabi and Hinata in the Shippuden series, I mean, that really kind of brings you into Hanabi's character a little bit. You're a little bit more interested in Hanabi's character. So I would be all on board if Hanabi was actually the one to train Himawari. And like I said, I would love for Himawari to really if it was me, I would love for her to actually surpass Boruto. But I would love for her to actually be equal to her brother in this series. But in order to do that, I don't want to see something I've seen 1,000 times like in the Naruto series. I actually want to see something a little bit new. And why not bring that element to something new and bring her aunt, Auntie Hanabi, in and train her overall. And like I said, I would love to see how the Hyuga is and how the clans are now, the branch family and the head family, and how that all came, what's the outcome on all this, and it just makes an interesting element. I was just watching the series and it just made me, there was a couple of the tuning exams. You had Hanabi there with her father. We at that point, we remember watching those episodes, even I think reading the manga as well. You just didn't really know about Hanabi and Hinata's relationship. So, but Himawari she seems very adorable, very humble like her mother, yet she has an inner beast. If you saw that one-shot chapter, she has that inner beast in her that she could surpass Boruto, and that makes me excited. But I don't think Hinata's the right teacher, because that's her mom. That's her mother. And I don't think she would just bring the best out of Himawari as much as Hanabi could. So that's really I just wanted to bring that out. I mean, I just wanted the idea to just kind of go out there. I really like that idea. I'm not saying be the vocal point of the story, because this is Boruto's story and I'm all fine with that. And it's probably going to focus more on Boruto and Sarada. But just for a little side note, just for a little bit more characters to be involved and get developed and to really be a surprise kind of wild card, I would love for Himawari to really give it her all, train, be beast, and have her teacher be Hanabi. I would love to see that, and why not? I say why not. So thank you guys for listening. If you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Would really appreciate it. Like the video if you like it, and comment below. What do you think about my thoughts about this? And if you have a better idea, I would love to hear it. I mean, it's just a thought. It was just me thinking, bullshitting in my head, because my head's kind of crazy, and I was bloated. I'm kind of full right now. I need to go work out. But anyway, thank you guys for listening, and I'm Dan Mega, and Son, and you guys have a great day.